unfortunately things are getting worse over here. Holy crap. So I'm currently at Athabasca Glacier at night. It's almost 1 in the morning and I'm out here to get some night shots. You can see the big lodge over there. There's a couple of lights over there too. That glacier really gives off a crisp wind. It's cold out here. So I'm going up to see the Athabasca Glacier right below Mount Athabasca. I went into the main building and it costs $140 per person to ride a bus onto the glacier. Let me tell you, the adventure I'm going on here, it's free. So I'm gonna go up there along this ridge and either on top of the horn there or up onto this mountain here. There's a little trail that goes there, but I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. It's going to be one of these kind of days. Check out this weird little vehicle. Look at how big those tires are. And here's all the crawlers that go out onto the ice. See one slowly 2 kilometers an hour climbing that hill. I'm personally not a fan of all that. They built a road onto the glacier. I don't really think that defacing the glacier is kind of a good thing, especially when it's like, it's illegal for me to fly a drone, but you can scrape a road on a glacier. It's kind of like, yeah, I mean, come on. It's planning to go up on this one right here. So I don't know, there's 2, that one and that one. This is what I'm looking for right there. Oh, it's windy. I may have moved into the protection of this bowl. I'm no longer being sandblasted. So we're getting up higher now. There's 2 ridges here. I could go onto that one too, but this one goes up much higher. Have a better view of the glacier. You can only imagine the day that this came down, along with all his friends there, was a bit of a bang. So this trail is straight up, unlike Parker Ridge. So this is more my style. So it looks like I'm up the first hump. It's still like 50-50 if I can get up there. I'm talking about that right there. So random. I talked to a couple of guys in the parking lot last night. One thing they said they were doing is they were gonna climb up and over this glacier. So this was probably around 8 or 9 p.m. and then they left about 10, and then I just saw them coming down towards me just now. So they must have gone to the other side and came over. The weird thing is they didn't leave a vehicle. They took both their vehicles. So I have no idea how they're getting back, where they went. All I know is they were doing a traverse over this glacier to the other side. The lodge seems so small now. Wow, we can see the waterfalls from up here. You don't get that at the bottom. I didn't know if this section would be too steep to get up here for me, but it's just fine. I'm definitely getting up on this one. It's just the next one's a question mark. So that peak up there is looking more and more not doable for me as I get closer. So far this trail though has been very safe and doable. It's really only at the start there, maybe if you tripped. There's something so amazing about glaciers. Maybe it's the fact that they're not made of rock, and I know they're changing, they're melting. And the state that you see it in is the state it will never be again. These are my favorite kind of hikes. One where I just have a vague plan, no track, no trail. I just point a direction and just go make it happen. That sense of discovery, that sense of adventure, makes it all that more rewarding if you do find something really interesting. In this case, something bucket list worthy. Looking back where I came from, that forest fire smoke is coming in thick, so I definitely picked a good time to come up here. Look at this big peak here. I'm thinking this is the best view of the glacier I'll get today. Doesn't look like there's a trail unless it's on the left side. It's starting to get a little woozy. That forest fire smoke is, you can definitely smell it up here now. When I started, you couldn't. All right, so assessing this, I can definitely get up onto this ridge right to there, but it's too steep for me above there. I might be able to go across. Thinking get up on this ridge and follow that up and then just follow it all the way across, because you can see how much steeper that is over there. And I've turned upwards. I think this is possible. What a great achievement would be to get up there with that glacier in view. First section here is looking good. After doing that Faro Peak, if you didn't see that one, it was 29 point something, basically 30 kilometers in the one day. My legs are still kind of tired from that. Well, this is an interesting landscape out here. Look at this. There's a few walls here, but I should be able to find a nice route up. Looks like there's actually a trail over there, but I'm not losing elevation to go over there. You can see that up there, there's like a line on that mountain. So that line right there, I think that's a trail. If you use Guide GPS, there's a public setting. So when people go up, it kind of puts their tracks on a green line. So all the green lines are public, other people's tracks. And someone's track goes straight up right there. That's a trail. Albertans, you guys are crazy with your straight up vertical scree climbs. Yeah. Yes. Oh. Woo. So we're gonna wait for a minute to show you the elephant in the room here. The view of the glacier up here is outrageous. But first, let's go over and bag this peak. I can't believe I got up here. I thought there was no way. I looked at it, I'm like, no, it's not happening. Let's just go along those hills down there. And where is the peak is the question. This is a hidden peak. The big cliff is over here. You can see down there. So the true summit's over here. Can't wipe the smile off my face. I came for glaciers. That's what I wanted to see in Alberta. This is the summit right here. Woo! Are you seeing this? If we look over there, there's like a squiggly trail, and those guys that went and climbed this, I bet they went over there and then up here somewhere and then crossed and then went up. Those crazy nutty guys. This is a view of a lifetime. It's amazing how the ground gets so like, it just looks like someone came up here with a machine and did this. This is unreal. So let's head over right to that point there, and that should be our closest point. Side note, here's that nutty trail. These guys are crazy. That trail there has got to be 60 degrees. Like there's no way it's no less than 55. You Albertans got some big balls. I'm absolutely awestruck. I don't know what it is about glaciers. It's just a bunch of frozen water, but it's awesome. It's a time capsule. It's life. It's what our planet survives on. It's just such an amazing creation. It's natural, and it's always evolving and moving and changing and shifting. It's just something so, it's like almost supernatural is the way to describe it. So this is not a slope here. This is a legit cliff. Ooh, okay. Holy crap. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? This is like a bucket list dream come true, just standing here right now. I'm really happy to share all of this with you guys. I know there's a bunch of you watch who just don't have either the ability, the physical ability, or the cardio, or just the time to get out to places like this. That's why I love bringing you guys with me. That's why I bring all this camera gear, heavy lenses and all this kind of stuff, tripod. 'Cause I've never seen anyone film this before. When you're among a glacier, it's just so grand, and it's so detached from society. I feel like you can just ask the questions you need answers to in life, and you just wait and they will come to you. And in the city, it's just too hard. You're thinking about things, you've got work tomorrow, you've got this, you got that, you got to take the kids to soccer or whatever it is. And somewhere like this where you're so detached, there's not a person for, well, I mean, probably within a couple kilometers down at the bottom there, but there's no one up here. I'm the only one up here. You get the solitude you need for the answers you need in life. It's like a wishing well. On a side note, the smoke is getting so bad over there that peak's disappearing. As with anything in life, moments are fleeting. You gotta enjoy them while you have them. I wanna stay here. I can't. I gotta get going. It's been nice, Athabasca. It's time to head down. So I'm heading back over now to the big cliff that's the spot I didn't want to get up. I want to look over outwards to the big main building and all the tourists and stuff. Because it looks like quite the big spike of a mountain up here, and then you get up here and you're like, oh, it's a big plateau. Unfortunately, things are getting worse over here. And to the point where I actually gotta get down. I don't think visibility would get too bad up here, but I don't want to be guessing my track back. So this is looking very spicy here. I'm slowing down now. Oh man. Ooh. That's quite the ramp. I'm sure there's someone crazy enough to go down that. The people who'd go up the thing behind me there, they would go up that. So we've got another cliff here. Yeah, so I'm not climbing out there. That's not happening. I'll get the weak knees. Yeah, the cliff here is no joke. It's giving me a woozy because it's all sloped downwards. It's not flat up here. Starting to get a little nervous, if I'm honest. It looks like rain cloud over there, not smoke. Or it looks like smoke and rain cloud. It's really dark. So I'm gonna go to this edge here, and then I'm really gonna huff it out of here because I think I gotta go all the way back there to get back down. We'll see if I can pick a way right to my right, but I think I gotta go back. There's the buses down there. Wow. Yeah, this one's actually just a rocky, straight cliff. Oh my God. I'm off the summit now and just looking down in the valley here. There's a summit cairn up there, so I gotta go tag that one too. I'm still racing that rain cloud, but all right, now I'm heading up. I gotta make this quick. That thing looks like a wall behind me. This should be it up here. Woo! What should we call this one? The rump of Athabasca. That'll be the nose and that's the horn. It becomes really yellow and red over here. It's cool. And there she is, the nose of Athabasca. I can't remember the name of this one. This has got a name. Final destination, we're gonna head right there. There's a viewpoint cairn I can see. I'm looking at the rain cloud ahead of me here, and it definitely looks like it's raining over there. I mean, look how dark this one is above me. That though, it's hard to tell with the fog. The smog, shall we call it. Simba, it is time. It's the circle of life. Ah, la 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 la. It's time to go. On this episode of Name That Poop, I'm gonna go with Pika or Marmot. It's weird to think that right there, that's the peak we were just on. I tell you, I'd pay $140 for the experience I had today, not to go drive onto the glacier. Definitely tired after that one. That was a good day. So we got 9.1 kilometers, 4 hours, and 743 meters. The old timers that took this shot, they would have had ice been like this high up here, and it's all melted down, and all of this has been gone now. It's all melted. Unbelievable how much it's melted since 1905. So I'm heading up the toe of Athabasca now. I got to get 2 of the old timer shots right up at the glacier. It's amazing to see people up on the glacier. They go up there with guides. It's funny, this section here is over the fence that says guided tours only, but it has all of the tourists over here. It smells like diesel because you can smell those trucks. Those trucks up there are stinking up the entire air. All it smells like is diesel out here. Pretty gross. I'll take my adventure up on the mountain any day of the week. All right, so I made it to the toe of Athabasca here. On this episode of How to Fall in the Crevasse, well, I'm officially standing on the Athabasca Glacier, doing what I said I'd never do, step on a glacier. I'm like 10 feet onto it, that's good enough. I'm not going to be one of these dumb tourists that falls into a crevasse. It's not that grippy. This glacier used to go all the way up to the top of this because it pushes all this against when it formed. It's moving. So you can see how much of this is melted away. There's just like millions of pounds of ice. It's a shell of its former self. You got to take a look at this thing here. This is the old snow cats that would go up on the glacier. This thing is wild. It's like solid rubber tires on the front. It's interesting looking back at my day. I went up the ridge there, then summited that one and that one. The taller one, the back with that really steep one, is called Boundary Peak. Yeah, there's a nice picnic bench there. Not bad, not bad. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to subscribe. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/DavidHiking. And until next one. Those mosquitoes.